Hey, Goddess Garden Book family, it's your girl 11 Goddess. I want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in to watch this episode. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining our book club. We are so excited to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back. You're always in the right place. You want to hear about some of the great books that are in our library. Now, today we're going to be talking about the series by Shane Kuhn, and it's the John Lago Series. Oddly, these books function as standalones. I was reading one of his books, The Intern's Handbook. Turns out my husband had read Casual Friday, and then we both read Hostile Takeover. It was a wild ride. There is humor, there is satirical moments within this very dark book about how can I put it, about an assassin who basically works a corporate job. It's really interesting. So grab your beverage, your comfy spot, get into it. Let's get ready because we're about to dive into this wonderful series. And I'll see you on the other side because I have lots to share with you.
Let's dive into each thrilling installment, shall we? I'll be highlighting the key characters as they appear. In Book 1, which is the only book that isn't in audio form, entitled Black Friday, we meet John Lago, our protagonist, an anti-hero assassin-intern known for his cynical humor, ruthless efficiency, and surprising emotional depth. And there's Alice, initially introduced as a sharp and witty undercover FBI agent who complicates John's final assignment. John Lago works as an assassin, posing as an intern from the shadowy Human Resources, Inc., tasked with eliminating high-profile targets within corporate environments. His final assignment before mandatory retirement quickly spirals out of control due to his encounter with Alice, unveiling the morally ambiguous world he inhabits. When Book 2, The Intern's Handbook, unfolds, we return to see characters John Lago and Alice Lago, now married and attempting to reshape Human Resources, Inc. How that happens is a wild tale. You also meet Judge Albert Pendleton, Alice's manipulative mentor, who introduces significant threats and tests the strength of John and Alice's partnership. The second book intensifies their relationship dynamics amid internal struggles and external dangers, delivering action-packed sequences balanced with sharp satire. Of the three, this was the big win for me. Book 2 is fast-paced, thrilling, and unpredictable. Book 3, entitled Hostile Takeover, is the trilogy's conclusion. It prominently features John and Alice, who've assumed leadership roles at Human Resources, Inc., and are challenged by instability. Archibald "Archie" Price, John's former mentor and nemesis, returns to raise the stakes and push the characters toward an electrifying climax. This final installment expertly resolves tensions and lingering questions, bringing satisfying closure and emphasizing redemption and survival. I want to highlight the narration and tone of these books. Pete Simonelli's narration breathes vivid life into the series, capturing John's sardonic wit and dark humor perfectly. His gritty yet humorous delivery adds authenticity and intensity, enhancing every thrilling moment and sarcastic comment. Simonelli's voice maintains engagement and excitement across all three books, complementing Kuhn's satirical take on corporate culture and professional rivalry. The flow across the series is really well done. The trilogy flows seamlessly, escalating from individual assassination assignments to deeply personal confrontations. Shane Kuhn deftly intertwines character development with escalating suspense and humor, creating a cohesive and compelling narrative that captivates from start to finish. The John Lago series brilliantly blends espionage, action, and satire, delivered through memorable characters and dynamic storytelling. This series is perfect for fans of morally complex anti-heroes and witty critiques of corporate culture. Thank you for joining me in the Goddess Garden. Until next time, happy
Hi,
reading.
friends. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that deep dive. I did an excellent job, I think, of not giving any spoilers. So if you haven't read the series, what we're talking about here lends only to the excitement of what awaits you. But before we wrap this up, I do want to point out a few things that I wanted to draw your attention to. I want you to consider one of the things is consider the balance of dark humor with action and moral ambiguity. It was done in such a way that the world building here sticks with you. It's one of those novels, especially as a series, where I can reflect on it as a one collective piece. Sometimes when you think about a series, there's one book that stands out, or there's one book that sets the tone, and the rest just sort of tie up the loose ends. That's not the case here. So Shane really did the thing here. I also want you to think about how the narrator, Pete, I'm going to do bad things with his last name, and I don't want to do that. So, Pete, I want you to think about how he enhanced the connection with the Lago series, because to me, excellent narration for an audiobook lover is everything. So that alone makes this a high recommendation for me. I want you to remember that these three books, they are connected. They have an overarching theme that you see throughout all three of these books, but they do work as a standalone. They don't identify as a trilogy. And again, book one is in print form only. It is not a book that's an audiobook. So it was one of those rare times where I will sit down and read a book. Almost never happens. So this says a lot about how I felt about I wanted the complete story. Did you notice the relationship between characters that evolved throughout the series as well? The woman in his life, the evolution of her character from the way you originally saw her in book one. You was feeling some type of way about her, especially in the intern's handbook. He does not describe her kindly. So I was really glad the way the story progressed and shares that narrative. Now, it's important to note that the books do have the audio versions available. I think you can get this at the library. So, when it comes to that first book, and if you're a reader, crazy, go for it. But again, you don't need that to tie these three books together. So, I just wanted to share that without sharing any spoilers and how I got to my rating that you're going to see when you get to the end of this recording. But know that this was a great time. And once again, we as a book club are exploring this library that I've amassed, and there are tons of books in there. And I have yet to talk about the books that I don't rate highly. Just feel like talking about books that you don't like is a waste of everybody's time. Because again, what I do or don't like may not be what you do or don't like. That's why we share these conversations so that you can see what's out there and make your own decision. That's what makes a great book club, in my opinion. Not that we're all reading the same book, but that we're all appreciating what everybody is reading. So please subscribe. Let me know what you're reading. I'd love to hear from you. But until our next book review drops, have a good one.